Oh,
Is this thing on?
is this the
Testing.
1 2 1 2?
Good morning, Connections. Welcome to the Connections pre-show. My name is Layla.
And I'm Andy.
And we are so grateful that you were joining us today. Happy Sunday.
As always, yes, happy Sunday.
How are you doing today, Andy?
I am good, and you?
Are you dandy today?
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm doing good.
I've never been quite fond of the dandy Andy thing.
Oh, I love it.
I know you do.
I love it. It's just got a nice ring to it.
Some might say it rhymes.
Yeah, some might say that. But I think it's a little phrase that just makes me happy when I say it. Kind of like bubbles.
Bubble.
Dandy Andy.
I gotta think. Do I have any phrases that make me happy? I don't even know if I have any. Like,
yeah, I'm not surprised by that, Grumpy.
I am not grumpy. I'm the least grumpy person ever.
It's true.
Wow.
You're dandy. You're dandy Andy. Do you have any phrases that make you happy?
No, I'm going to try to do a whole show grumpy now. Let's go.
Ooh, challenge.
Anyway,
all right.
We got a QR code up at the top here.
Wah, wah.
As always,
you can't.
digital connection card. Well, no, because I don't want people to look and go, wow, that guy's terrible.
Well, they suck at their job.
Viewers, nope. Go to the next video.
Went to 0 viewers.
Like, what happened? Andy was not dandy.
It's just in. Dandy was not Andy on the Connections pre-show.
Dandy was not Andy?
We're not going to be... Oh, yeah. Andy was not dandy on the Connections pre-show, but...
Okay. Anyway, we got a lot of stuff to get to.
Yeah.
Digital, QR code, check us out, sign up through there. We're going to move on. We're going to do your jokes. You want to do one now, and then we'll do one with Chase. Will Chase pick one?
Yeah, that sounds great. I'm just trying to make sure I see if we have any viewers talk to us.
I have a joke ready.
Okay.
But while you're getting this ready, we'll jump ahead real quick, and we'll do Andy's movie of the week.
All right.
It's not really totally a movie. It's a series of movies, essentially. I watched the Beatles Get Back this week, which is on Disney+. And as a Beatles fan, it was really awesome to see how their album was made.
Yeah.
How they just sat around just playing, and how you could hear things go from just them going blah, 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 like literally going blah, 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 to lyrics forming. It was really interesting.
I can do blah, 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 blah.
I know. So can I. If that was all music was, you and I'd be a pop sensation.
Yeah.
but music's more than that. A lot more. And thankfully, we have an awesome band that's better than just blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, although that would be fun.
So, yeah, I would definitely highly encourage anybody who's a fan of the Beatles or just likes kind of watching musical genius at work.
Yeah. So were there actual live clips from
It's the
back
whole
then?
thing. Like they
was
they actually hired
recordings?
somebody to record
Oh, neat.
and document it because they hadn't performed live in like a couple years or something like that.
Yeah.
Like 2-3 years maybe.
Awesome.
So yeah, it was really interesting to have the camera on there. So it's candid, so there's some, and it was, but it's not like that at all. It's just very interesting to see just 4 guys who went on to make musical history.
Very cool.
Whether you're a fan or not, I think it's very interesting.
I had to check that out.
Yeah, I mean, hope you got 9 hours to set aside because they're each like 2.5
hours?
to 2
Whoa.
hours. Yeah, they were long. So
Does it cover all of their songs that they created?
it literally covers one album.
Just one album.
Yep.
Okay. How many albums did they have? I'm not really into.
Oh, I can't off the top of my head. I don't
Okay.
remember exactly.
If somebody else knows, let us know
Yeah,
how
put it in
many
the comments.
albums
But we
they
know
have.
that they did have over 20 number one hits because that's how many songs are on their number one album.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Got that covered.
got that covered.
All right.
We got a joke.
Got a joke. Why was the broom running late? It overswept.
Thank you for prepping me, but when you turn around, you're like,
Well, these are surprises for me,
I know,
too, so I
know,
can't
I
help.
love it. Yeah. You know what's not going to be a surprise? Christmas Eve services this year. Because we've been talking about them for the last couple weeks. I, for one, am incredibly excited.
Me too.
Connections does Christmas.
We go big.
We go big. If you need to come and at least tour Lindsay Seeley and her company's decorations.
Yes.
Because you can see a little bit. Oh, wrong hand. Up in here, you can see a little bit hanging over there, and there's some trees out in the
front entry.
Yeah, the front entry that doesn't do it justice, but by seeing it briefly here, you got to show up.
Yeah, it's so neat.
Yep.
It's so neat.
And Christmas Eve services.
Yeah,
the last couple of years, as we've mentioned, unfortunately, we haven't done exactly what Connections likes to do. But this year, we're making up for it. We're making up for it big.
Yeah.
We have 4 services starting on the 23rd. And then we have 2 on the 24th.
Yes.
Those services are at 4 p.m. and 5:30 p.m. Again, there will be no Sunday church on the 26th, so you can stay home, celebrate with your families. As great as it is to come celebrate with us at church, sometimes we also know it's great to sleep in after a big day of opening presents and just hanging out and letting the kids open stuff. Nothing used to drive me more nuts than we get up super early, open up presents, and I love church, but we have to go to church now because what 9-year-old wants to leave his Legos and constructs and He-Man and go?
Yeah, and for parents, like it's exhausting after you just open up presents and the tornado of wrapping paper.
You have to clean, but then you have to put stuff together, batteries, make sure you got everything. Yeah. So, again, December 23rd and 24th, 2 services, 4 o'clock and 5:30 p.m. If you're feeling the need to help serve, I'm sure we're going to need people. So pray on that. Reach out to Perry, reach out to Tracy, reach out to Steve, reach out to Dave. Anybody on staff can put you where you need, where you're best suited to serve.
Yeah, I'm excited. I cannot believe that Christmas is literally a couple weeks away.
I know.
It's blowing my mind.
It's my favorite holiday.
Do you feel like you're in the Christmas spirit yet?
I will later tonight because we're doing our tree and everything later.
That's
after
what we plan to do.
Youth group. So.
Yep. Yeah, the kids have been begging, and then when I was driving in the church today, I realized, how many people have their Christmas decorations up, and I was like, probably should do that.
Yeah. At least give it a couple weeks, and then I'll leave it up long past January 1st.
It's okay. I mean, might as well just leave it up all year because then you don't have to turn the outdoor lights.
Right.
You don't have to turn them on.
Nobody can see if they just drive past, really.
Right.
I mean, I'm going to know that they're there, and I'm going to comment every time I come over.
And I'll be like, we were lazy. Welcome to the Lazy Wagners.
No, you guys aren't lazy.
Maybe we're smart.
We also, in the Christmas spirit, have a new sermon series starting today.
Yes.
What is it called?
So it's called Christmas Interrupted.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Did you do any research about what it's about, briefly?
I read, the notes that were provided for us.
That's all the research I would get.
And speaking of notes, I don't know if very many people realize that we have a way that you can capture your notes through all of our services on the church app.
Yep.
It's very helpful. So there's pre-guided text there, so you kind of fill in the blanks, which helps. It's better than, I wish I had those notes when I was in high school and college.
Wouldn't that be great if the teacher highlighted what exactly they wanted you to get? But no, I'm sitting there frantically writing down everything.
One answer,
And after about 10 minutes, I was like,
yeah. So they're actually very helpful notes. And then when you're done taking the notes, you can email them to yourself. So then you can reference them. So very helpful. Highly encourage you guys
church
to
app. It's on It's on every single platform.
Yep.
Whether you use the superior iPhone or you use the inferior Android, whatever, doesn't matter. Probably even Microsoft Store is on there too.
Probably.
Google Pixel, whatever they call them.
Yep.
So yeah.
Yeah. So for the series, we are really going to be talking about how and why God can use interruptions in our lives for amazing things.
Awesome.
So does anything come to mind for you initially about?
You know what? You asked me right before. I'm going to pull the veil back a little bit.
Yeah.
We did a little bit of research. I actually did homework, which is crazy. And by homework, I mean I did it right before this. So that was pretty much like high school. But I would say it took a bit to see the amazing part of it. But when my previous job was interrupted and it was saying it's going to go to a different state and they couldn't tell me where, and I was like, I don't want to move.
Yeah.
It forced me out of that comfort zone where I'd been for 17 years to look somewhere else. And I was like, that was scary, but it turned out to be an amazing thing. I had to stay here. I'm doing something I really love right now. So it all worked out.
Yeah,
it was just tough to see that amazing thing, but God used it. I know he did.
Yeah.
So this will be really cool. We look forward. If you have any stories that you can share with us on our socials, not just YouTube or Facebook, but Instagram, Twitter, anything that comes to mind that you have of a time where God used an interruption in an amazing way in your life. We want to hear about it. Yeah.
So one of the things I was thinking about for a personal interruption, I wouldn't necessarily classify it as an amazing thing. I did something amazing. It was more that people were doing amazing things for me. So in 2014, I was roller skating with my daughter, and I tried to make sure she didn't fall, and I fell, and I kind of fell back on my wrist, and I shattered my wrist.
Oh, no.
I ended up getting a plate and 6 screws, no web blaster. Don't get me started on that. I specifically asked the doctor for a web blaster.
I'm really
and
upset
did
about
not
that.
get it. But I ended up having to, get my life was very much interrupted.
Yeah.
And I really realized how much it was. I needed to work on asking people to help me, like with a lot of things. Like I had 3 kids. Conrad was just a little guy at the time, and it was rough. So that was one of the first things that came to mind for me. So
Great.
Yeah.
So I am really looking forward to this series. We just finished up our Rooted series. Rooted groups are in turn finishing up probably this week or next. If you're like ours, we had to miss a week for people not feeling good or just life in general. But I felt the Rooted groups were an extreme success.
So cool.
It was so great.
Yeah.
What do you think was the best part of our Rooted group experience?
Rooted. I really liked getting to know new people. Some people came to our group that I had never talked to before in church, and I think that that's one of the best opportunities about joining a small group, as uncomfortable as it can be for some people, for me especially. It was just amazing. Like I have gained new friendships, and I'm just really thankful for that. Really enjoyed our little mini service project.
It was like a big serve project.
Yeah.
It was wonderful.
It was awesome, and I'm still feeling the positivity and the energy from that. It
Me
was
too. It's great.
awesome.
I mean, it started off as a typical we raid the question, then we answer, but the last few weeks have just been really circular, talking about just the Rooted stuff and kind of going down a few rabbit trails, but it's been great. So I'm looking forward to it. So speaking of small groups, and speaking of volunteering, I know that's a weird thing to mix together, but you do have to volunteer and give your time for a small group to work, much like we have to at church. So we're going to interview none other than our very own softball extraordinaire, Chase Judy. Morning, Chase.
Good morning. How you guys doing?
Pretty good, and you?
Doing well.
Oh, surprised to see you're wearing a Michigan shirt today.
Totally.
About that?
This guy was at the game, 2 weeks ago when you went?
The Ohio State game last week. Yep.
I didn't know because we unfortunately don't chat as much during the week because work and stuff. But then all of a sudden I see a picture of you laying on the field, and I was like, I hope he doesn't get trampled.
That was actually kind of an iconic picture for me because 10 years ago, me and Tracy got to go to the Ohio State game when we beat them in 2011.
Awesome.
And we had a picture of each other, or both of us laying down in the end zone together.
So wait a minute.
I had to recreate it, but Tracy wasn't get to be there. My brother took the picture for me.
Had you been back since to the Michigan Ohio State? Okay, because
unfortunately,
I was about to say,
hoping to say I'm a
were you
good luck
the reason?
charm, but no, unfortunately not.
All right.
I have more questions about laying on the field, but we can get back to that.
We'll get to that later.
Because I'm like, why?
Because our time's already running out.
Michigan, why not?
It is, yeah. So, have you been a Michigan fan your whole life?
Yes, I have.
Did you go there?
I did not go there,
That's
unfortunately.
okay. I know.
I've gotten ridiculed for it my whole life. But
That's
it's
okay.
fine.
You know what? You like what you like.
It's true.
And right now, you like a winner.
I do. Yes.
Awesome.
All right.
Okay. Let's see.
I have so many
one
fun
quick
questions.
question. All right.
Okay,
you know
go
what?
ahead.
Let's go to the fun question.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
We know how long they've been coming. We asked Tracy. If you want to know, go back and watch that interview.
Yes.
Oh, and actually, before we get to the questions, we have to talk about the scavenger hunt.
Yes, real quick.
Angie will get really mad at us, and you'll get in trouble.
I don't need to get in trouble more than I already am.
So we had a ladies' night out last night, and we did a fun scavenger hunt where we took pictures throughout the town, and we have a tie of the winners. It's Tracy and Elizabeth.
Yep.
And you get to pick one of these socks here to that will, I guess, basically dictate which prize Tracy gets.
Yep.
So
I will pick this one.
Okay, you just cannot hit us with it.
Yep.
Andy and I were like, you could like mug
It
somebody
looked
with
like
these
you walked
things.
by somebody and boom. So anyway,
All right.
I will
have a
give this to the
minute.
other winner.
Gosh, I feel like I'm not gonna be able to get through all my
That's
questions.
okay. Give him the best one.
All right. If your pet could talk, what would be his or hers catchphrase?
Catchphrase.
And while you're thinking of that, you can show us your best dance move.
Nope.
That was my third question.
Sheesh.
I'll do it for you.
Thank you.
Do.
I'd say probably the catchphrase is "Dad, I'm hungry." Because I have a pug mix, and she is always eating.
Does it go walk around snorting
Thankfully, no, because it's got part
That's what
beagle
I
in
think
it,
of.
so its snout is a little longer.
Okay.
But yeah.
Part beagle. I do not have a pug, but my dog, I think his catchphrase would be like, "Move it, Dad. That's my spot." Because every time I lay it, he wants if I get up on the bed, he curls up immediately in the spot I'm at and then won't move.
It's like,
So,
All right.
Man. Well, Chase, I'm sorry. We didn't get to half the questions we
Yeah.
wanted
That's all
to.
good.
We had
But
so many
we're
things
going to keep
talk
you here
about
with us
today.
to bring in the band and have a great time today. So we hope you guys have an awesome week. Talk to you later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.